Happy Thursday, Weirdlings. This is Hadley, and tonight is going to be weird. I promise there are going to be lots of laughs as we get ready for our Thanksgiving holidays with a bunch of turkey. Now, with me is Mr. Big Mike himself, Alan Gamboa, Rick Restucci, and Facebook Rebel without a clue, Mr. Scott Baker. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to give the Weird Realities team a big thumbs up, like, and subscribe to our channel. And Alan, I'm pass it off to you.
Thank you. Since Thanksgiving's coming up, we thought it'd be great to share turkeys with all of you. And I hope you get your fill tonight because we've got some turkeys. Tonight we have Hadley's movie, movie 43. Scott's movie, Poultrygeist. Rich's movie, the blockbuster Battlefield Earth. In my movie, Miami Connection, which actually should have been called the Orlando Connection, but we'll get into that later.
Hey, Cecil.
How you doing?
We're cracking, Cecil. That's what's happening. Hey, Whitney. Good to see you.
Whitney.
Hey, Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
Hey, Landa.
Landa's here.
Hi, Landa.
Right,
Place
everybody
is
showed up. Look at you offer free turkey and everybody shows
I know,
up.
right?
I'm telling you.
Now, these, some of these are not horrible movies, but some are pretty bad. I'm sure there's some out there that, yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea movies like this existed.
Then you've lived a sheltered life. We live in that world.
Scott Baker's there.
Yeah.
Alan, I'm going to have to say this, that I think that he might have upset your win here. You know, you're usually the one that gives us the turkeys. Scott just had to. He took your crown tonight.
I think I've got the crown for the worst movie we've ever covered on this show, going back for a full year.
Oh yeah. Hobo with a shotgun is an Academy Award winner.
Yes.
Compared to that. That movie is well. Okay, so who wants to start tonight? Anybody feel in the mood to gab?
Scott has to go last.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
Scott
Richie, go first. You take it.
All right. Well, this was no snatch, but Battlefield Earth is a year 2000 film written by L. Ron Hubbard of Scientology fame. He wrote the book in 1982, and John Travolta, who's also a Scientologist, tried like hell for years to get the book turned into a movie. Nobody wanted to do it, and there's reasons for that. Eventually, the script was picked up by a production company called Franchise Pictures, who needed money from both a German entertainment company and Travolta himself in order to get the film going. It was supposed to be a 2 or 3 part serial, but it tanked hard. It's often called the big mistake in Hollywood, and it received pretty much of all of the crappy movie awards at the time. The movie stars Barry Pepper as Johnny Goodboy and Travolta as Turl, who's like a 9-foot alien psycho with a dreadlocks who's also a cyclo? Yeah. Psycho.
And he's an intelligence officer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a security guy. I'm going to spill every detail of this film as it came out in 1982, and I know that you've all either seen it or have no plans to.
Hey,
Evening, Mark.
Hi, Mark. The backstory, which is actually a good one, is that 1,000 years ago, an alien race, the Cyclos, basically came to Earth to start some shit, defeated Earth's entire defense force in 9 minutes, killed or enslaved everybody, and hung around to mine gold. That's what happened. Fast forward 1,000 years, and we have a post-apocalyptic wasteland populated by scattered human tribes who are terrified of the demons. Johnny Goodboy gets sick and tired of the mundane. He decides he needs to see these demons, who's nobody's seen in a few lifetimes, for himself, because they've been living far away from all the cities out in the radiated wastelands and all that stuff. In a shocking turn of events, he gets captured by a cyclo raiding party and chucked into slave labor in Denver under an enormous cyclo dome. Security Chief Turl and his stooge, played by Forrest Whitaker, are very cruel to the man animals. Very cruel to the man animals, all good, as they call them, and they use them for menial tasks. The alien race is advanced, but they all hate each other. and they'll kill or sabotage anyone or anything for a profit or an edge. Turl, played by Travolta, is trying to get off Earth and go anywhere else, but because he messed about with a senator's daughter, he's been banished to Earth forever. He hatches a plan to legally use the man animals to mine gold in a restricted area. It's restricted because the radiation in that area reacts with the gases the cyclones breathe in an explosive manner. Basically, if there's radiation in their air, it goes boom. Turl, the security chief, uses this really cool machine, actually, and a long-dead alien slave to teach Johnny Goodboy pretty much everything the kid would want to know about cyclo history and language. He calls Johnny Ratbrain because he thinks humans love live rat as their favorite food. Johnny is, of course, now the leader of the slaves and is plotting a rebellion. Turl takes Johnny to the Denver Public Library, where Johnny finds a copy of the Declaration of Independence, which would totally be fine after 1,000 years in a post-apocalyptic setting. And that's when he hatches his hand on how to free Earth from the cyclo rule. A bunch of slaves dropped off to mine gold for Turl, and Turl teaches Johnny how to fly one of the cyclo aircraft, but little did Turl know that Johnny had read about gold in Fort Knox, where he goes to grab it and turn it in. The movie goes off the rails right about here. There's the ragtag group of horse-riding barbarians find some 1,000-year-old Harrier jump jets and a flight simulator and learn how to be expert pilots in a week, because that's easy.
Yeah.
Must have been fully fueled, too. I didn't see them fuel it up.
And the engines, of course, didn't go bad.
Yeah, absolutely not. Nor did the fuel. Yeah.
No.
They also find they find functional M4s and I guess a shitload of ammo, even though you never get to see it, or a manual on trigger discipline or target acquisition. I forgot the nuke. Johnny gets a nuke, also functional because we're not going to discuss the half-life of enriched fissile elements on this podcast, and his plan to send it back to planet Cyclo with a shipment of gold via teleportation to make the whole alien planet go bye-bye. And that shit works. Kim Coates. You guys know Kim Coates?
Yeah.
He plays Grizz
President
in
Anarchy.
Black Hawk Down. Yeah, he's the hero, and he suicides himself with a cyclo aircraft and a shit ton of explosives, smashing the dome and suffocating all the bad guys who weren't wearing the complete and total ripoff of Dune's nasal thingies. You know those little thingies that were hanging out of their nose? Tell me they didn't take that from Dune.
Oh, yeah.
The rebels, who are now expert marksmen and pilots, win the day, and they send the nuke to the evil planet, blowing it up like a Death Star on steroids. And the film ends with Travolta locked up in Fort Knox, ironically surrounded by the gold that he so desperately coveted, and his stooge Forrest Whitaker is now working for the man animals. It's noteworthy that Kelly Preston had a bit part in the film, and I was a huge fan of hers before she passed away. The budget for the film was $73 million, and it made about $27 million. So in Hollywood terms, it was a flop. It has an IMDb rating of 2.5 out of 10, and that's a gift, as is the 1-star 3% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's an hour and 57 minutes I will never get back, and I've seen it twice. I've seen it twice because I love you guys. It was the worst movie I could think of until I saw the rest of this week's films. And that's more or less what I have on Battlefield Earth.
Do you know Travolta wanted Tarantino to direct this, and he turned it down?
I didn't know that, but I am not shocked. It's touted as, certain times, it's touted as the worst movie ever put out by Hollywood.
It's not.
It isn't.
It isn't.
So, okay. I didn't like this movie. Everybody, like a lot of my friends, really enjoyed this movie, and while it didn't suck to the point where I would never consider watching it again, especially for a podcast, but it just pissed me off so many times. I'm like, how the hell did they find functional everything to go and use it? I mean, come on. They found a functional nuke. I don't know the half-life of, fissile elements. They found functional Harriers, a Harrier jump jet, and learned how to fly it in a friggin' week.
Did you enjoy Sharknado?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, well, how could the shark live in the time?
Yeah.
I liked the movie.
I know you did. You said that. Keep going.
I went in expecting to. I almost picked that movie over Poultrygeist. I wish I did now.
Oh, me too.
We wish you did too.
But I love Travolta was phenomenal in that. He was so mean, condescending, back by you, almost like he and I'm going to get crucified for this. He did to that role what he did to the angel in Michael. He just absorbed that role. He was so, and I loved all the twists and turns when he gets Forrest Whitaker to, well, what's the plot? And he gets Forrest Whitaker to repeat the plot. That I would never do anything like that. Okay, now you're my slave.
You mean when he was recording him? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he was an evil bastard. He really
was an evil bastard.
He did a good, that was a good character. Movie.
Then at the end, when they had him on record saying, when they turned the table on him and he was standing there, like so much gold, and now they've got me where I had them.
Well, Travolta must have felt like he hit it out of the park with this movie, because when it came out, he said,
"Hi, Brandy. Great.
Hey, Brandy. Glad you got to join us.
Awesome."
Yeah.
She was talking about that today. So Travolta really thought he hit it out with this one because he referred to it as Star Wars, but better. And the Schindler's List of sci-fi films. Really? Yeah, it was about as fun as Schindler's List.
No kidding.
Now,
sorry, Scott.
I just, yes, it's not going to be good, but I watch Comet on TV, which is a new type of sci-fi channel, and I've watched 7 or 8 1980s space movies. Battlefield Earth blows every one of them away.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it good.
Oh, it's killer.
You know what else it blows away, Scott? It's Poultrygeist.
Yeah. And come on. You got to admit, it was awesome when those Harrier jets just come in over the city and stuff. It's like, okay, I'll suspend belief for a minute because this is awesome.
And that takes a lot of suspense, buddy. It does. But, I mean, you're right.
Thank you for agreeing with me, Brandy.
Of course you do, Brandy.
My face hurts already from laughing. I couldn't get into it. It was a movie that I had seen before, and I couldn't wait. Again, another movie I couldn't wait to see it because I had read the book, and the book's actually really good. It's a really well written book. I think he wrote it 82. He wrote it in 1982. But I mean, it does push a weird Scientology agenda, but at the same time, it really lends huge to the sci-fi. But the movie just, you guys are saying Travolta nailed it, and he did, but he nailed it through overacting. And actually, the best acting in there was Forrest Whitaker, and because Barry Pepper, he's a great guy, love everything he's been in.
Yes.
He just sucked. They
probably said,
bad.
"Hey, play Charlton Heston in Planet of the Apes."
Yeah.
Think of that's probably what.
You know
that's
what?
this
You
movie
just
reminded me of. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
They dressed in the buckskin type of clothes, and and they were man animal. They said man animal 28 times in that movie. They
did
that somewhere. Yeah, right. We should have done that. Dang it!
It might have been better. I fell asleep. in it. I had two thoughts. The first thought was, okay, Barry Pepper did this because he thought he was going to be a superstar when it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And what the hell was Forrest Whitaker thinking?
He wants nothing to. He regrets that he did it. I read somewhere he regrets that he did it.
I bet he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
It was
so is Barry Pepper.
Yeah. But like I said, Barry Pepper, he thought, man, I'm going to star and role.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the guy, and
Oh yeah, I mean, who would turn down? Hey, man, you want to make this multi-million-dollar movie? You want to be the lead?
John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker. But
and you're a little actor like that at the time. Barry Pepper was a nobody in 2000, and now everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Not for Battlefield.
No.
I know him from, was it Saving Private Ryan?
Yep.
Saving Private Ryan, and then there was
There's the
another
sniper.
movie he was in right around the same time. He was great in. Oh, The Green Mile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Green
Yeah.
Mile. He's in that one with Gene Hackman and Will Smith too.
Oh,
I can't remember.
the
what it's
one where
called.
they framed Gene or
Will
Will
Smith,
Smith,
yeah,
yeah.
for the murder.
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called, but it
Yeah.
was good.
yeah. My wife hates that one because it's so frustrating.
I was
Yeah.
I was laughing at the scenes when the intelligence officers are drop them in there. We'll see what their favorite food is. They must enjoy rats.
Rat brain.
I'm like, yeah, I knew those guys.
Well, I will say that Travolta's acting in it was so over the top that it reminded me of Face Off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, and that's the only thing I have to say. That's the only comments I have.
I think Face Off was a much better movie.
It was, but it was
Yeah.
that same acting,
Yeah,
you know. But in Face Off, he was acting like Nicolas Cage, acting like
Yeah.
John Travolta.
yeah.
Yep.
So there was a reason behind that. But this, no.
Yeah. Have you seen that one where Travolta plays? It's called The Fan, I think, and he plays
Wow.
the fan of, I forgot this actor, and he wears his bowl cut, and he look it up. Look at it. You want to see Travolta acting?
Oh, wow.
Look up The Fan.
Travolta acting is in Broken Arrow
Yeah.
with James
Yeah.
Spader. Yeah.
Hush.
Would you mind not shooting at the thermonuclear weapons?
Travolta acting was in Urban Cowboy. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Classic. It's a classic.
Like
Michael.
Scott said, he nailed it in Michael. Yeah.
Michael.
Right.
I love that movie.
Me too. That's a great
That
flick.
was it. Phenomenal.
Battle!
That movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phenomenon. Yeah, another good flick.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. He's
Yeah.
done some
Sci-fi
stuff.
flick.
He's
He's-
up and down, you know.
He's
Yeah.
a good actor. And I like, one of the things I like about him is he doesn't push the Scientology.
Yeah. He's not
Unlike other
Yeah.
actors.
My buddy.
But you
Tom.
know, one thing I read was one of the reasons they said this movie couldn't be produced, nobody wanted to be involved, everybody was giving it bad reviews, was because of the links to Scientology.
Look who's talking.
Doctor is a masterpiece. Yeah, that's true. I don't know about number 2, but number 1 was great. I think number 2 was kind of a number 2. So this movie, I found it very boring. I did, and I've seen it twice. Like Rich, I saw it once before, and I thought it was okay, and I watched it again, and I hate you, Rich.
I'm so sorry. Well, the revenge will be sweet, or it already has been.
Yes, yes. So, what do we give this masterpiece of Travolta's actingness? That's a word.
Only because I want to shit on the rest of these movies. I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to give it a 1, a solid 1.
Oh, Hadley.
I'll go with a 1.5 because I like the little hands that kept showing their hands.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
little hobbit hands, like at Hobbit feet.
Uh-huh.
After you said that, after you wrote that, I looked. I paid attention.
Well, they just kept showing them. I was like, it's much better than that werewolf movie we watched.
Do you know? Do you know that they wore 4-foot stilts in that movie?
I
There was
heard.
no
You
Peter.
can tell they were
Yeah.
very weird looking. I mean,
Yeah.
they spent a lot of money, but it was just like I said, it was boring. I fell asleep.
Yeah, it
Scott?
wasn't a great
I
flick.
think I will say this. I think that it might have gone differently if that hadn't been my first movie to watch. I feel like I would have enjoyed it much more if it was maybe the third or fourth.
Okay, so, full circle, of the 4 movies we watched, that is by far the best.
Yes.
That's sad.
Yes.
Well, what would you give it, Scott?
1.7 because I love Travolta's acting. Without Travolta, it would have got a 1.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. He did like watching his character on that. I'd give it a 1 too. God.
I'm glad Rich made me watch it because I enjoyed it. Now I've seen it.
Well,
Now
the
you're
makeup
done.
was good. The makeup was very
Yeah.
good.
Makeup was good. Special effects were good.
It's like getting an enema. You've had it. Now you're done.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I'll do it again.
Oh, Okay,
Yeah.
Hadley, let's do yours. Let's do movie 43.
Okay. All
Go.
right. It's a star-studded turkey. um, it's gleefully offensive, and it had a lot of laughs in it, but it is such a bad movie. Um, but I would say, in comparison to the others, it was my favorite because it made me laugh so much. There's some scenes and some skits in it that are strictly hilarious.
Yeah.
Basically, it had just about every well-known actor in Hollywood in it. But you never heard of it because they were all embarrassed they made it. But so it's a lot of different skits. A lot of them are very out there, but it has Kristen Bell, Halle Berry, Leslie Bibb, Kate Bosworth, Gerard Butler, um, Common, that Macaulay Culkin's brother, Josh
Yeah.
Duhamel,
Kieran.
Anna Faris, Chris
Richard
Pratt,
Gere.
Richard Gere, Terrence Howard, Hugh Jackman,
Greg Kinnear.
Greg
yeah,
Kinnear's
Greg
in it, yeah.
Kinnear, Johnny Knoxville, Justin Long, Stephen Merchant. It had everybody in it, and no one heard of this movie because it sucked so bad.
They probably all came together and said, "Don't play this anywhere."
They probably all fired their people who picked their movies for them. But yeah, I want to say that was it the Farley brothers or just Peter Farley?
Just Peter.
Well, that's probably where the magic ended. Was
Well, there's like 7 or 8 different directors on this. Bob Odenkirk, Brett Ratner, James Gunn, Peter Farley, Griffin Dunn, American Werewolf
Yeah.
in London. And Elizabeth Banks and a couple other people.
Yeah.
So
Fisher Stevens is in there too.
yeah, I love Fisher Stevens.
so I have to ask y'all because the Leprechaun skit is my favorite. It made me laugh so hard. What was your favorite?
The Leprechaun skit. It was the best one. I also the very first one. I don't know if they all run in the same order, but the very first one that I saw was the one with Hugh Jackman
Yeah.
That's my
and Kate
favorite.
Winslet.
Yeah.
And I was watching that, and I'm like, all right. I mean, it's funny, it's good, and I kind of like that one. And then I can't remember what the next one was, but then they went into the Chris Pratt and Anna Faris one,
Oh,
and
that
I
was horrible.
all set.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
A pretty shitty representation of what they can do.
Yeah.
It was
Shitty. Oh.
That was gross. That one was gross, man.
It was.
The Hugh Jackman with the balls on his neck.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that one was how those two could not.
And how could you get
Bust
those
up.
2 actors to do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
How I want to see the outtakes of that.
Yeah.
It's there. It's on the end. You
It
can
is
yeah.
at the end. Yeah.
that's-
Yeah. When he wants
and
to
I
go to the
saw
bathroom.
that one. Yeah, exactly. And that was funny. That was the best part of the movie. I mean, that was funny. But Gerard Butler as a leprechaun is just.
I'm
epic.
sorry, Tina.
I know. We started watching that, and we laughed at a lot of it, but yeah, we're like, oh man, some of that makes you feel bad. We're just looking at each other, going, oh,
Oh
the cat
no.
one, the cat one.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, Elizabeth Banks. Yeah, that was. Oof.
Catwoman.
Yeah,
No,
the
the
cat
The
one.
one with Liev Schreiber and
That was my homeschooling.
the homeschooling one.
I love that. Of course, we give him the the abuse, and he would receive an eye when they're picking on him. When he's like throwing the football into his nuts.
No, when he's getting his first kiss.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh, yeah.
god!
I was
yeah.
like,
That
no.
Mask up. Yes.
Did you
it
bring
was.
protection?
And it didn't stop there. It kept
No, it
going.
just kept
It did.
going.
I was like, what's happening?
And then his
That
father
was a
comes in and admits,
Exactly. That's
I
the
never
gift of
admitted this
shameless.
to anyone.
That's a future school shooter right there.
Oh.
man.
Yeah.
That
And
was-
I thought that one was going to end differently. It just kind of stopped.
Yeah,
I
it
thought. I thought what you just said, Alan. I thought it was going to be, he turned into some kind of serial killer, and it just kind of ended.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know this is the level of I'm admitting the level of depravity I love for humor, but the Tampax commercial was a riot.
That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
Oh, it
that
was.
yeah.
I had to hit,
we're
I had
with
to
you
hit
on that one.
pause. I was laughing
Yeah.
so hard.
That was good.
And that skit before that, that was kind of, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of a sweet, funny one.
Mhm.
When gosh, I'm gonna sound weird. Well, her boyfriend was like, oh my gosh, did you sit on a tack? Who spilled the fruit punch? It was cute because he,
God,
That little boy.
his thoughts
family.
his thoughts weren't prudent at all. They were just like, oh my gosh, and the older brother, even he was kind of out, like
That's
getting a big
Christopher
sponge.
Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah, Christopher. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a cute, funny one, a little uncomfortable, but
I know guys that age who acted that way.
I think the one that disturbed me the most, oddly, was not the Anna Faris and Chris Pratt one, but the Halle Berry and Stephen Merchant one.
I like that one.
I like that one.
I liked it too.
It's I like the way it ended. It ended up beat. It was like you're thinking, oh, okay, they went through that. That's the gag, and then bam, that part that was hilarious.
Mixing guacamole.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I would never get that tattoo. Never get that tattoo.
Oh, you have to. You got the dare.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. But anyway, so my whole purpose was to find something that was bad but funny. And I think that y'all at least said that you got some good laughs. So.
There were definitely portions of it that were funny. I was laughing 5 minutes in.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Batman one was okay. It had some funny parts in it, but I don't know.
Did you see the outtakes for that one?
Yeah.
Oh God, the Batman one. Yes.
Yeah. That the outtakes were funnier than the.
Yes, for sure.
Who was that? That's Ted Lasso, right? The guy who plays Ted Lasso played Batman, right?
Jason Sudeikis.
Was it Jason Sudeikis?
Was it Jason Sudeikis? It kind of sounded like him.
He was in it.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a little heavier.
Yeah.
I read, and I love the fact that he made him do it. Richard Gere wanted to back out, but couldn't break the contract. So what he did was he kept on setting up. Well, I can do it, but I can only do it like this weekend in my studio in New York. And he kept on calling him on it. So finally, they wound up doing it over like 4 days in his office in New York City just to get him to be in the movie.
And he did a good job.
I think a lot of people lost a lot of bets to end up in that movie.
Yeah.
I read it took 4 years to make that movie. And then, of course, none of them wanted to promote it.
I can understand that.
But this one was like in the spirit of Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
It could have been done really well.
Yeah. It was aimless. It was kind of, you know what I mean? Even for a skit show, it was.
But the thing is, I'm having a hard time thinking of a movie with more names in it than that one, more big names.
Yeah.
I just can't come up with it.
Well, and that was the thing that I came back to was it had quality A-list actors being stupid.
Yeah. And a lot of them had no idea what the other skits were.
Yeah.
So people are like, people are like, oh, I skit's funny. What? Chris Pratt has to crap on a girl?
And Dennis Quaid
was. I was just about him and Greg Kinnear were so funny.
Oh, he was so greasy,
I know, but he was just a riot.
And then Will Sasso as the security guard.
Yeah.
I had to blew the security guard to get in here.
He's gay. No, he fought back.
He fought all the way. He fought me all the way.
You blow the security guard. Damn. That wasn't the day to play with myself.
Okay. That was crazy. I thought it would be really bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I wouldn't watch it again.
No.
And I don't know if I could recommend it to anybody.
It was really bad, but in the company that it was in, it was one of the better ones for the week.
Yeah,
it was my favorite for the week. So
Tina was like, I was like, we have one more movie to watch. And she's like, what is this? Movie 40.
Oh, wait a minute. She didn't go through those other two. You did not subject Tina to those.
No, not the Poultrygeist.
Okay.
No. But Battlefield Earth, we went and paid to see that turkey. And Miami Connection, yes, I made her watch that one. but we laughed
I'm
because
sorry,
it's
Tina.
so bad.
I still have those songs running through my head. Friends forever.
Against the ninja, taekwondo.
Well, before we segue, let's score it. I'll give it a 2 because
Yeah.
it made me laugh. It was funny, and that leprechaun, I just could watch it over and over again.
I can't believe they got Gerard Butler for that. I mean, it's such a weird part.
I don't think he was acting.
No, that was the best part about it. It was just like, yeah, I can see Gerard Butler doing that.
Well, who was the guy that he got? Not Johnny Knoxville, but who was the other guy?
Sean William Scott.
Love Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
And he played his Sean William Scott character perfectly.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well,
needs
there
to
was-
do more
Name,
stuff.
what was his name in American Pie?
Oh,
Stifler.
Stifler.
Stifler. Yeah,
Stifler.
it was Stifler.
And did you know that there was another one that
Yes,
was?
you do.
You will be compensated after the show, honey.
Did you know that there were two?
See Whitney?
There were 2 skits that were not included. One of them, hang on a second. This one I wish they'd kept. One of them was Anton Yelchin, who was a mortician who was also a necrophiliac.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he gets caught in the act and the body comes to life. So everybody now thinks he's a miracle worker and this great scientist. So they start to use him to develop a cure for death.
Oh, great.
Probably a good thing they didn't.
I would love to have seen that one.
After
I
that
wonder
Chris
if you can
Pratt one.
find it
That was,
out there.
oh, you probably can. Probably. Yeah, everything's out there nowadays. I'd give this one a 2.
Yeah, 2.
2. So
Yeah. I know I said Battlefield Earth was the best one in here, but I think I would give this a 2 because of the names and because I did. I laughed loud a couple of times.
yeah.
So I think I'll give it a solid 2 as well.
And I bet every one of us winced when Chris Pratt got hit by that car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I
Not
made
as
that
much
face
as
right
the
this
driver of
week
the
right now.
And he didn't want to do it, you know.
That was
He's
some
like,
shit.
the Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet part. Just how could they keep straight faces?
Oh, I know.
You know,
I don't know.
they acted that so well. I mean, she's
Yep.
looking at for help at the other people, and he's got these realistic balls. And then it got cold, and the
Yeah.
restaurant, the balls.
That must have taken days to do just because they couldn't stop laughing.
Oh man, the balls. He just like, look at that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And he bends over and puts him in the soup.
Soup and dripping, and the hair,
Baby. The baby. Oh.
balls on the baby's head, and then he gets a picture with her. And the balls. If you haven't seen that alone, Hugh Jackman with these realistic balls hanging from his neck. Oh my
That's
god!
how I discovered this movie. Was I was flipping channels and I saw Kate Winslet, Hugh Jackman. I thought, okay,
This will be a
this
nice
looks like
love
my kind of
story.
movie. And then it's like, what?
She's like, I like how she's looking at the waiters, going, you know, pointing like, you guys notice the guy's got balls on his chin,
Is it just me?
on
or?
his neck. I mean, oh, okay.
Okay. All right, Alan. Miami Connection time.
My movie is Miami Connection, and like I said, it should be called Orlando Connection because it has nothing to do with Miami. This was made in 1988. It's a martial arts rock band goes up against a band of motorcycle ninjas who have tightened their grip on Florida's narco trade. Ba-boom. And it sounds like a cool action flick from the 80s, right? You know, throw not Jackie Chan, but one of those other guys that was big back then, Sho Kazugi, throw him in there, you know, and you got a great, you know, action movie. No, this one sucked. It sucked, but it's so bad that it's hilarious because the best movies are the best bad movies are the ones they go out with the intentions of making a good movie and they're making a shitty movie and they don't know it, or they do know it, but they're trying their best. And this is what happened to this movie. They thought they were making a classic, and no, they were not making. Well, they did make a classic, bad, horrible movie.
It was no Karate Kid.
It was no. There was no Karate Kid.
There was no Mr. Miyagi.
No, though the guy wanted to be Mr. Miyagi. The band Dragon Sound consisted of what? 5 guys, and the leader, Mark Y.K. Kim, the guy that wrote and produced this movie. He's like 50 years old at this. The other guys are all in their 20s, early 20s. So, and they're all orphans, and they're in a band. They're orphans, and they live in a house together. And apparently, they have a shower time. I need the soundtrack. I tried to find the soundtrack to this because I wanted to. They have a vinyl, and I wanted to send it to all of you, but they were out. But
thank you, Santa.
So they live in this house together. They're all orphans, and they shower they have a shower at the same time, apparently. Not together, I don't think, but at the same time, because they walk around this movie 80% of the time shirtless. Somebody does. And the guy, Jim, or whatever, I think it's Jim, the black guy, Jim, he runs around with his pants undone and his tidy whities hanging out. I don't know. I don't know. This movie is just nuts. Almost nuts. But it's fun. It's a fun watch. The acting they're so inept. I mean, it's beyond describing. You have to watch this movie, folks. You have to watch it with the open mind that you're going to laugh at some of it, especially with the scene where Jim gets a letter from his dad saying, that he's not an orphan, that he's still alive. And all these guys are trying to act serious, and none of them can act. But they all have their tops off and their pants down because they're going to go take showers together. That's the most homoerotic scene I've seen since Spartacus.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on the fun part of this movie. We'll totally agree on the suckage.
I was in tears in that scene where he gets the letter. And apparently he gets this letter. Yes, and he gets this letter that apparently it's not in an envelope. If you notice that, it's just.
I didn't actually. I was just crying because you made me watch this movie.
I looked at the cat at that point when he got the letter and said, "Yeah, he ain't going to make it through the rest of the movie."
The original ending had him dying, but the director thought it was a downer. Yeah. So, but I mean, it looked like he was going to die. I mean, their first aid, don't die, Jim. Don't die.
The movie, the ending is what saved the movie.
Well, here this movie is kind of lightweight, right? Yeah. And then at the end, they're killing these ninjas, cutting their arms off. So, I mean, the beginning, there's a lot of violence at the beginning, but that's with the ninjas and the drug cartel or whatever, but at the end, the 2 leads, YK Kim and Vincent Hirsch, who plays John, they're killing all the ninjas. They're stabbing them because they think Jim's dying because Jim gets stabbed, and they're cutting them up. And I mean, it goes from this lightweight, real cheesy movie to all of a sudden very violent.
I love the fact that during the Taekwondo scenes, it looked like a bunch of 8-year-olds sparring. Ha!
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, did you notice a lot of times the Mark would put his foot on the guy's faces and leave it there and rub it around?
Yeah.
And his feet were dirty.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the girlfriend's hair changed from every scene.
Yeah. And it rained, right? I mean, it rains in Florida. But they were driving around convertibles all the time.
Yep.
And when those 2 cops arrive on the scene and one points a gun at the other cop, it's like, where are they at? I can't see them. And those actually were real sheriffs. And they were so nervous that one guy ended up pointing the gun at his partner. But I mean, this movie is just perfect if you're drinking. You can make a drinking game out of it. Every time they say friends forever or, against the ninja, or taekwondo,
Is this what got you on Gymkata?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Gymkata. Yeah, I was thinking we should watch Gymkata.
You kept saying that and nobody responded.
No.
I don't mind Gymkata. I thought that was an okay movie. It was better than this one.
Yeah, it was, actually. So thoughts. Give me your thoughts on this classic.
I don't know. Whenever you try to have martial arts guys attack guys with Mac 10s and Uzis, and they just like wipe them out completely. I get the ninja thing. I mean, ninjas are badass and all that, but learn how to aim a gun, because the guy can aim his bow. So, and they just come in and I'm talking about the very first scene, when the ninjas are attacking the drug dealers. It was just stupid. The whole thing was stupid. The martial arts were poor, and the guys with the guns are like, I know what I'll do. Let me lean out this way. I'm going to keep the gun up here, but I'm going to lean out so that I can see this guy with the bow.
Or I'm going to lean it. I'm going to lean into the sword.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing, and that just did it for me. I was 10 minutes in, and I'm like, oh no.
I always love it, and even in Bruce Lee movies, there's 100 of us. Attack him one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, it cracks me up because they drove around that convertible, the good guys, Dragon Sound, the band, and they'd always get surrounded, right, by these guys. And they just sit there in their cars.
Time.
With their mouths open. And not doing anything. It's like, don't you think you guys should jump up and kick some ass, or run them over, whatever,
or buy a hard top?
Yeah, or the guy that's the band leader, the old band leader that's pissed because they took his job at the club.
Oh God.
That gets the gang to attack him, and he says, "I'll give you all my money." It's like, well, why are you doing why are you doing this thing? I'll give you all the money I make. That's what he says. Well, what's the point then?
Yeah.
That guy was a federal prosecutor in real life. I read that.
What was?
That angry band leader guy. Yeah. It sucked.
It sucked. You're right.
You did laugh at that part when Jim found out he wasn't an orphan, though, Tina. That was hilarious.
She was laughing at the acting, not at that.
Oh, yeah.
It was funny.
There was acting in it?
Those weren't tears of joy or tears of laughter.
And believe it or not, a lot of those people were students of his. Of like A. Kim's. He spent $1 million of his own money on this movie.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and it opened up in 8 theaters there in Florida and tanked.
And that's where it stayed.
Well, then some Alamo Draft House guy found it somewhere, bought a copy of it or whatever, bought the 35 millimeter reel, and they started showing it at the Alamo Draft House. And Alamo Draft House, that's a crazy place, So it got new life there. They started to do midnight showings with this movie, and so he decided to call YK Kim and say, can we release this thing, on video and stuff? And he wouldn't answer his calls. He wouldn't return his calls because he thought, one, he was getting pranked, and two, it was too painful for him to deal with. And finally he did. And, he's happy. He embraces it now. But, oh, man. And did you notice at the end, the main ninja guy was a white guy? It wasn't the original Korean guy.
No.
Yeah, and he's taller. You look in there; it's a white guy because the Korean actor left, go back to Korea before the film was done.
See ya.
So,
oh boy,
I don't know. I love this movie. I won't watch it. I'll watch it again probably down the road just for some laughs. It's so silly. In the music, I love the music. Those people were really into it in the club, though, weren't they? So it must have been good.
Yes. Yeah.
5 songwriters, folks.
Tina, if he ever pisses you off, tie him down and make him listen to the soundtrack for a day. Then we'll see if he likes it. It's like being stuck in a small world ride. Forever friends.
I don't like not having a lot to say about the movies that we review. But I just don't have anything to say about this. It was just so bad. Like I said, the martial arts were subpar. I mean, yes. I don't doubt that those guys are true badasses. I'm sure they are. But the way they did it in the movie was, oh my God, take a lesson. Take a martial arts acting lesson. Get a guy on the set that knows what he's doing. Oh, yeah. I mean, for movie wise, not martial arts wise. And like I said, the weapon discipline was just terrible.
Well, I love the guitar. I love the guitar playing in it. The main guy, he's playing the guitar like this, hopping around the stage. like a monkey with a guitar. It's like,
Yeah. Like
and
one
then
of the guys from Fish.
yeah, one of those suits. And then the John Oates looking guy, always had his shirt off.
Everybody had their shirt off.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'll recommend this movie to everybody.
I bet you will.
Just so that they can know what a bad movie is.
Yes. Hadley, you've been quiet. I know you missed most of this movie because you were washing dishes or something.
I had it on, and I started watching it, but I'm real bad if it doesn't catch me. I'll just start wandering around doing other stuff, and the next thing I know, the whole movie's over. So
you must have a big house.
Well, I've got 4 dogs, so I've got lots to keep me occupied. Boudreaux is into everything, but that's the puppy.
He's a puppy.
He is so bad too.
He's a puppy. He's into everything.
Apparently, he wasn't into the Miami Connection.
He was not. No, he is terrorizing my senior dogs. But no, I mean, I'm sorry, Alan. I just couldn't. It did not have anything to hold me. But I did make it through all of it without falling asleep, unlike Battlefield Earth. So it'll get a higher score than Battlefield Earth for that reason alone.
So the part when Jim found out he's not an orphan, and the actor they got to play his dad is like the same age as him with just gray hair painted on. That was hilarious. It's like, yes, I had you when I was 2. Oh, okay. Against the Ninja. Do. So, okay, what are we gonna give this classic?
I'll give this a 0.7. We're going under 1 for this one.
Holy crap, Scott!
1, and I'm being generous.
Wow. And Hadley, what'd you say? A 1?
I'll give it a 1.5 simply because I didn't fall asleep.
Ah.
It was the only one that made it through the whole one.
Excuse me.
That of y'all's. So
I'll give this
it's
one.
My winner. It's my turkey. Actually, Scott's got the crown for the turkey.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yes.
I'll give this one a 4 because it's a MSTK3 movie to me. Perfect one for just sitting around, just tearing apart and having a drinking game. So there. I'm not biased at all. All right. So as we're digesting this turkey, we've got this one that Scott picked. Oh my God.
My head still hurts.
If you've never seen a trauma movie before,
Don't watch this one. This is his most bizarre. I apologize in advance. I saw this movie on DVD. No, I saw this movie on VHS when it first came out, and didn't remember it. I just remember it was bad. So I apologize. I apologize for everyone who watched this and thought, "Oh my God, this was the most offensive, disgusting, foul, grotesque movie I have ever seen."
I heard what you did there.
yeah, with
The foul.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. The basic premise and I forgot it was a musical, which I gotta say, the music in this one was still better than Miami Connection.
The Miami Connection had 5 writers for their song. Come on.
I think this one was like Troma and 2 others. It takes place on an Indian burial ground in Tromaville. The Tromahawk Indians have a burial ground. And it begins with this one boy, Abby. Yes, a lot of names have fast food references to this. And his girlfriend, Wendy. And they're doing it in the field, and they stir up all of the excited Indian spirits. Well, when he comes back later, the cemetery has been torn down, ripped up, and a American chicken bunker it's like a prepper thing. I don't know. The chicken's like got a helm. The chicken's sitting out there like with a machine gun and a helmet, and it's built on the Indian burial ground. So you have a crappy fast food restaurant built on an Indian burial ground. What could possibly go wrong? And there's a whole bunch of protesters out front. Don't kill chicken, all sorts of weird things. People holding up chickens, holding up signs of chickens in history, like being shot at the St. Valentine's Day massacre and that. And the kid, Wendy, is now
secret. That's a secret.
I did. And Abby shows up, and Wendy is now a lesbian vegan protester. And there's this huge protest out front. And he decides to get her back by getting a job there. So he gets a job as the cashier girl. So he wears a dress through the whole movie. And then General, I don't remember what his name, to take off of Colonel Sanders, shows up. And the whole movie goes downhill. I mean, it didn't have much of a hill to go on to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's just, they're making fun of protesters and the media and how they're duped and mob mentality and how the chicken people go from, we don't like chicken. Ooh, chicken is tasty. Let's go into the restaurant and have some. And they've got this redneck bestiality loving guy who's the cook.
Carl Jr.
Carl Jr., who's the cook. They've got a Muslim woman who actually is the hero, Humas, not Hama, Humas. And there was another character that had a fast food name. I can't remember.
Paco Bell.
Paco Bell.
Paco Bell.
Paco Bell.
Roundup.
Yes. And the chickens start coming back to life. And I mean, there's such great scenes as Paco Bell is using this growth, and the chicken is 100% FDA barely passable. And the fun begins when Paco grinds up all the old chicken pots, heads, beaks, and that. And then he stands there, drops his pants, and he's adding the secret sauce when the first possessed chicken throws him into the grinder. And then after that, it's just, if you are drunk, if you are stoned,
Was it just you?
Yes, yeah, Tony. Yeah, budget Tony. Of $500,000, and it made less than $23,000 at box office. It's just horribly bad. There's some fun humor in it now and then. The grotesqueness of it. I mean, it's over the top, blood and guts and gore. And, even some of the scenes, I'm just so like, oh, I'm surprised that fill in the blank, because there were a lot of them, Community wasn't upset about that. I feel bad. I really do. You should feel bad. I wish now I had gone with my original choice, Thanksgiving.
We do too.
But if you are a fan of Trauma, or if you want to see what Trauma is like, if you want to see just the depths of weirdness this guy goes through,
depravity,
watch this. Yes, it's not Toxic Avengers. It's nowhere near as good as Toxic Avenger.
No.
So honestly, this thing, it borders on softcore porn too. There's quite a few just disgusting scenes and just some weird things happening. I don't know. This was really hard to get through. One of the things that happens later in the film is that people start turning into these like chicken zombies, or these super weird chicken things that just like attack and kill people. And I'm a big zombie fan. I was not a chicken zombie fan. It was just bad. It was bad. This actually makes Alan's movie look like an Academy Award winner.
Yes.
It was. See, you're vindicated right there.
Vindicated.
This was so bad that I actually, this is the first time I've done this. I hit the fast forward button a couple of times because I'm like, not again. not again. So I just went click, and I fast forwarded 30 seconds. Like, oh, this is still going on. Click. Oh, and there's more blood. They were really into buttholes in this movie too.
Yes, yeah, they were.
A lot of reaching up there and that kind of thing, and
a lot of testicles.
Yep.
Lot of bathroom humor.
Yep. Oh, the big dude in the bathroom.
Jared, yeah.
Yeah, that was just. Yeah, that was bad. So yeah. This was not for me. This movie.
Again, I apologize if I had seen it a year ago. I never would have suggested this one.
We needed to see it. We needed a movie like this
yes.
to say "Holy shit!" to, and
there was a lot of that in there.
Yeah,
we needed a movie that said Miami Connection is better.
Yeah,
we needed a movie that said it's no hobo with a shotgun in a good way.
And come on, this movie was worse. I've never seen it, but tell me, was this movie worse than Wolf Mountain or Snow Wolf or whatever it is?
Yes. Okay. Wolf of Snow Mountain.
So we have now set the low standard.
Low bar.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow. I don't know how Trauma survives, I do not. Because they don't make money on their movies.
No.
Is it a tax thing?
I don't. That's actually a good call. It might be a tax thing.
Yeah, good one. yeah. If you want to get rid of guests on Thanksgiving, throw this one on the big screen while you're eating.
What is that green thing that's glowing? Oh, that's a taste pot capsule. Whoa!
Oh, definitely you win, Scott.
Thank you. I win for being a loser.
Oh my gosh, this movie is just one of the worst movies I've seen. I think.
Yeah,
it has to be.
The video came out today. I got home. Everybody was in home taking a nap. I was waiting for my wife to get home from work. I went out with a cigar and iced coffee, lit up and watching it. And it was like, oh, they're going to throw me off the show.
Walk the plank there.
Yes. Tie me to a chair and make me listen to the Miami Connection soundtrack for a week.
So I got this website up. It's called The Numbers, where data and movie business meet. Yeah. And I am looking at ticket sales and market share by year for Trauma. And the first one that comes up is rank number 1 is Poultrygeist. And this said that the total gross for the movie was $13,804.
Really?
The inflation adjusted gross for today for 2021 would be $17,606.
Jeez.
The market share is 0.0%. Oh boy!
Oh man! And they still pump out movies.
They do.
Yeah, I don't get it. We did a show on Trauma, and they used to have a channel. It's crazy. I don't know.
It appeals to an audience.
It does
because he can get away with stuff because he's not racist. He's not sexist. He can get away. It's like Mel Brooks can pick on,
Yep.
Can pick on Jewish people.
Yep.
He can get away with it,
Right. They had the South Park guys were doing a cameo as Arby's parents, but they cut that or scrapped
it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Trey Parker and
the other guy.
That's bad. That's bad.
When South Park gets cut.
When South Park says this is too much for us.
I guarantee you that there are people out there that love this movie. It's that kind of movie that's so over the top, not just a bad movie, but disgusting in ways it didn't need to be, but they clearly aimed for it.
Yes.
That there are some people out there who really do enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, look at Miami Connection.
Yeah. Well, I know one guy that really likes them. Gave it a 4.
Hey, you may be seeing Miami Dragon Sound shirts.
I would let my 12-year-old watch Miami Connection and even Battlefield Earth. I would never let my 12-year-old watch Poultrygeist.
No. Or movie 43.
Maybe movie 43. My 12-year-old would be, like, hey, he's got balls in his neck.
Yeah.
Well, that's that one commercial or the skit with Richard Gere. with the.
Yeah.
Yes.
bug. That's pretty.
That's still worlds better than Poultrygeist.
Yeah.
What'd you think of what you saw of it, Hadley?
I thought Scott outdid Alan this week. He has taken the crown. He's broken Alan's streak.
Yeah, we have a new winner on the bad movie.
We have a new king of bad.
Yay, Scott!
Thank you.
Slow clap for Scott.
Golf
Well,
clap.
he does. He's the winner because he won the turkiest of the turkeys.
And you realize Alan is taking this now as a challenge.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Oh, you will.
You know what? It's all good. You guys both are
No,
winners
because
here.
he'll knock me off the top podium, and then I'll have to knock him off.
Exactly.
Siri, find me a bad movie. A really
So next week is
bad
Disney
movie.
movies, right?
Oh, poor Tina.
Sorry,
No.
Tina.
Yeah, she couldn't go anywhere. You know.
You had her trapped.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh, shit,
Yeah.
with her knee.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Tina.
Oh,
I
she's
just
sitting there
throw
all
pillows and stuff
busted
on the
knee.
floor so she can't get by him either to get out.
Her eyes hurt.
There's a
from closing
roadblock.
so
I can't
tight.
move.
I'll take those crutches. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you can't get away. You all should have an audience like that.
Just remember, Tina's going to get to pick your nursing home. So.
Yeah, right. I won't tell you what. No, I can't. Anyway, that's for another day, another show. So, so the ranking on Poultrygeist? We didn't do that already, did we?
Not yet.
Oh, you go first.
Oh, I will give this a 1. Just a straight up 1. Scott. I had to wash my eyes out.
Tell me about it. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a 0.8.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 0.4, and I'm only doing that because of there were like 2 really not terrible chicken costumes.
I'll go with a 0.5.
Yeah.
And that's mainly because it reminded me of the Billy Zane movie, The Mad.
I haven't seen that.
No.
What?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Mad?
Look it up, Rich, and tell him about it.
I'm finding it right now.
I know
Billy Zane is weird. I met him at I was at a convention once, and he was sitting across from me, and he didn't want to get near anybody.
Wow.
You know, he had like a pumpkin.
Oh, I did see this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, he just was. Everybody, you know, like some of the other actors went over would come back to me and go, "He's weird."
Well, what do you have a pumpkin? You said he had a pumpkin?
He had a pumpkin on a tall table. So if you wanted your picture taken, he'd have the pumpkin between him and the other person.
Wow.
I don't know.
Genius, though.
I don't know if it was a COVID thing or what, but I was also shocked to find out he was in Back to the Future.
Oh, was he one of the punks?
He was one of the punks in the car that chases Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly at the beginning.
Oh, wow. Have you seen that movie, that series he's in about? It's a zombie race. It's called Curfew. It's on Spectrum. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but he plays a weird character on there, and
It's just weird.
but it's a great character. It's a fun character, you know. It's like, but it's a good series. It's called Curfew. It's a British. There's a lot of British actors in it, and it's
Thank you, Tony.
fun.
Okay, Tubi, thank you.
Yeah.
And I will say, if you watch it, put the subtitles on, because that's the best part.
Why?
You just trust me.
All right.
Curfew has Sean Bean in it.
Yeah, Sean Bean, and Sean Bean.
Oh yeah.
That's It's going on the list.
Yeah, try it. It's Curfew. It's not bad. We watched it and enjoyed it. We're hoping for another season. I don't know where else it would be. It's a Spectrum original or whatever, whatever they're running on theirs, but it might be on another streamer somewhere. Definitely. Because I know they had LA Finest was one of their shows and then it moved to Netflix.
What's it called again?
Curfew.
Curfew, not that
Curfew.
Yeah, when I was looking I couldn't find Poultrygeist on Amazon. It had been taken off. Netflix only had it on DVD. I couldn't find it on YouTube. I couldn't find it anywhere.
I wonder why.
Yeah, now I know why.
Well, Troma used to have a channel on YouTube, and YouTube killed him. Said, "Man, you guys gotta go." Yeah,
so
you guys gotta go.
I couldn't find it either. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked on Plex. I looked on Amazon, and they, like you, Scott, they wanted me to pay for it. I'm like, I'm not paying for that friggin' thing. Yeah. So I literally Googled it. Let me do it again. I Googled it, and there was, I said, you know what, for free. And it comes up, boom, right there. Watch 2 movies, or movies to watch TV. And
wow.
That's where it was.
Oh,
because I couldn't find it anywhere else. Where'd you guys find it?
YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'd seen it years and years ago.
No, I couldn't find it on YouTube. The link to it on YouTube had been taken down, but I ordered it on Netflix DVD.
Yeah, it's where it belongs.
Yeah.
I tried to watch it on there's an app for, I think it's Comcast cable, local cable, and it's Filmerize. I don't know if you guys have that too.
I got Filmerize.
And I loaded it up, and it was a dog documentary. So I was like, what? And then I went back, and my wife's looking at me and says, "Why are you watching this? Is this one of your shows for tonight?" I'm like, no. It's not there, and I loaded it up again. I did the same thing. I went, and it was a dog documentary. So I'm at least I didn't get rickrolled.
Yeah,
right.
Let me just add this top of my head, because the movie I previously watched on DVD, The Good Liar.
That's great. Oh
yes, with Helen Mirren and
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Ian McKellen.
McKellen.
It's a spy movie, right?
Not a spy movie.
It's not.
It's not. It is. I don't want to give away anything. It's good.
It is good.
It's got plot twists and
Manchurian Candidate kind of thing.
A what?
No.
Not
Manchurian Candidate.
No, it's a thriller.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember seeing it advertised, but I never watched it.
Ian McKellen is a con man who's trying to rip off Helen Mirren of her money. But there's so many plots intertwined in it.
Yeah.
That
The
Good Liar, yes. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, Tina and I watched it, and we really liked it.
Yes.
The ending's really good.
Yes.
So did you watch Ted Lasso?
Not yet. I haven't. We've got some stuff we got to get through, and so I gotta watch it. Is it only on Apple TV?
Yes.
Okay, so
but you can do Apple TV for free for a week.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. I had it.
What's that called? Ted Lasso?
Yes, and it was recommended to me, and y'all, I watched all 3 seasons on my iPhone. I binge watched it on my iPhone.
Seasons are hard for me.
What's it about?
They're like 35-minute episodes though, so it goes by pretty fast.
What is it
It's
about?
got Jason Sudeikis in it. He plays this football coach that goes to England to coach a football team, but it's not football, but you know,
soccer.
European football, yeah.
And it was pretty funny, and it hits all the things. It's funny, it's serious, it's got all the stuff.
I've seen outtakes from that, or excerpts of it.
Have you tried that Ghost yet? I think it's on Hulu, but it's on CBS. About this couple that They buy
Oh
the
yeah,
skin.
it's great. We just
Yeah.
watched 2 episodes last night. It was funny.
It's cute. Yeah, it's really funny. It's sweet.
It took me a while to recognize that girl, but she was the iZombie girl.
iZombie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's a good series. It's fun because they have this Viking ghost and this Native American ghost and the lady that owned the house that she's like a super, what do they call them? They're wealthy. They're robber barons.
Yeah.
oh.
And then the hippie, they got this hippie chick.
Yep. The guy with the arrow in his neck.
Yeah,
Like the
scout
guy with
leader.
no pants.
The 80s
Yeah.
stockbroker guy or late 80s guy. Yeah. That's
I
So
think
this
his
is
name is
great.
Patrick Bateman.
So
Yeah.
these are all ghosts that live in their house.
yeah, and the wife's the
Yep.
only one that can see him because she fell down the stairs, hit her head, stuff, so
Oh.
she sees ghosts now. But when the ghosts go to heaven, they call it getting sucked off. And the older ghosts are like, they say, we're getting sucked off, and the 80s guy and the guy with the arrow in his head, they start laughing, and then the guy with the arrow through his head wants to tell the older ghost, and the 80s guy's like, no, don't tell him about sucked off, because that's all I got. That's all I got. it's a
definitely
cute
worth seeing.
show. Yeah, it is. And there's a British version too.
Is
Did
there?
not know that.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, I believe. Yeah, that's the
I
original.
watched Dune. I wrote down and
What'd
you
watched
think?
Dune.
What'd you think?
I really liked it.
It's good.
It was
Hey.
really good.
I liked it.
I was really sad it was over. I was like, wait, what? No. I need
It's
more.
going to be 2 more of them.
Yeah.
Well, good. I thought that it was much better than what was it, the 80s version?
Yeah,
was it
the 80s. Well, there's 2, right?
Yeah.
There's the 80s and a late 90s or early
Oh.
2000s version.
Oh, I
I
don't
didn't
remember
see that
that.
one.
Yeah. The 80s one had Kyle MacLachlan and
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart's in it. Sting.
Sting. Yeah, Sting.
Uh,
And
Charles Durning.
Charles Durning. Yeah.
yeah.
It's Baron Harkonnen, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I watched that again just to, compare. And this new one is just so beautiful compared to that one.
Big budget.
Yeah.
They did the telekinesis so well. And
Yeah.
that's something it's really hard to I guess interpret right on the screen. I don't know, but they did it very well. Like I said, I really liked it.
And like when Paul Atreides is fighting, training to fight, and they have that funky, clunky machine come out, In the new version, they have him fighting Josh Brolin, which is good scene. I
Josh
forgot.
Brolin is great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, he's a great actor. lot better than his dad. I'm a fan of his dad. His dad was in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, it was.
Capricorn 1, that's a classic.
It's one of
Who's his
my
father?
favorite movies.
Yeah, I love it. I love that one too.
OJ is in that movie.
Oh, that's right.
OJ Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It is phenomenal, Steven.
It is.
Yes,
Steven.
Steven.
It's beautifully shot. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. And Tina and I watched it, and she's not a big fan of sci-fi,
Mhm.
and she enjoyed it too. We sat
I'll
there.
have to watch that.
Well, yeah, I didn't like the 80s version. So I was really interested to see if I was going to like this one. And I did. I really liked it.
I've never read the books,
Neither have I.
I haven't either.
so I,
I
had
read
no
them when
clue.
I was younger.
Did you?
There's quite a few of them, and they're all enormous.
Yeah.
They're like phone book, much bigger than phone books. They're like they're like this thick.
So you already had a preconception of everything.
Yeah.
When you see it.
So all right. So when it's kind of like Game of Thrones, in that it's really hard with the book to keep the characters in your head. But when you see it on the film, it's like that's who it is, and that because you see it, it sticks with you.
Right.
But because there's hundreds of characters in Dune, just like if you guys have read the Game of Thrones, it's the same way with Game of Thrones. And it's really hard to keep the characters in your head. But with the
Right.
movie and the TV show, it's much easier to do. The thing with the Dune stuff is if you walk away and come back, if you go get a beer or have to go to the bathroom and you don't pause it, you're lost. You're absolutely
yeah.
lost. So you gotta pay attention.
I was surprised because I'd forgotten in the 80s one how many characters die,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the first couple hours.
Yeah.
It's like shit, you know.
Almost like the new movie.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, yeah. And the way they did the Freeman on this were great.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
You know, and I thought Stilgar was great in this one too. You know, I thought the old Stilgar was okay. I like that actor. I can't remember his name, but this guy, I thought embodied Stilgar type character. I can't forget it. I can't remember his name. He's the guy that killed everybody with the air gun in No Country for Old Men.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, and I like him as an actor.
He was so creepy in that movie.
Yeah, and that
He was
movie,
so creepy.
and that movie has just ends. And Josh Brolin was in that one too.
Yeah, he was.
That's right. And Josh Brolin's dead. What? You know, when did that happen? When did he? You know, I mean, I don't know. Everybody raved about that movie. The acting was good in it. It had some good stuff in it, but I was let down at the end. It's just like,
Yeah, dude. You know what? Buy a gun. What are you doing?
yeah,
Just buy a gun.
Oh no, that you can carry one of those across state lines.
You can hide a gun in your pocket.
Well, we haven't talked about this, but I've been very eager to ask, what are y'all thinking about the new Day of the Dead? What happened to Rich?
he was thinking.
I was thinking.
Oh, there it is.
I'm good. Day of the Dead. My technical difficulties. Yeah, good to go. Day of the Dead.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I've got them. I may watch them this weekend, but I haven't seen beyond the second one.
Yeah, me either.
I'm caught up, actually.
Are you?
Yep.
I wasn't happy with the second one because it almost became stereotypical tropes. You know, if you own a gun, you're a raving redneck.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a redneck, you're stupid and dumb. You know,
the makeup's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
The makeup's really good, but the mayor, her one-liners, like you were just getting into, Scott, her one-liners, you just want to slap her.
Yeah,
they're so bad. But the rest of it's a couple of characters I really enjoy. I like the doctor. He's cool, and I like the funeral worker. She's great. But the 2 main characters, the kids, they're all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get binge watch it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to too. Do you hear that, Tina? Binge watching Day of the Dead.
The other movies that I want to see coming out, the new Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yep, got to see it.
That looks fantastic. My wife shocked me last night. I said, "Would you like to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife?" And she looked at me and says, "I never saw Ghostbusters." It's like, who are you?
I don't even know you.
and I want to go see the new Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, I will see that too. I will. I mean, zombies. Gotta watch it.
Well, it's not the Mila version. They said this one sticks very well to the original games, and they said there's a lot of Easter eggs from the games in there. So.
That's great.
When is that
one of the
coming out?
opening scenes is the guy in the mansion. I'm sorry, Hadley. The guy in the mansion, the zombie, he's leaning over the bald, the white one. He's like all like alabaster colored, and that's directly from the game. I remember that.
Yeah.
So
it comes out the 24th.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that proposed Day of the Dead movie sequel, where it shows up where they're on the island, the 3 characters that escaped in the original Romero.
I have not heard that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Because they're in the new Day of the Dead show. Is that what you're talking about? Or is there an actual movie?
There's an actual movie with them on the island.
I did not know that. I had not heard that.
It's a prequel. I mean, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
The 3 of them escaped from the mall. I thought it was only.
No. This is
the
bunker, the underground bunker in Florida.
Yeah, I forgot.
So I'm looking forward to that. You know, I like those characters. They'll probably get eaten, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're too old to run now. They're older than I am.
Yeah.
Did you see the post I made on Horror Writers Inc. about that Amityville zombie movie?
Yeah.
No.
What's the Amityville zombie movie?
Oh, I cannot wait to never see that movie. It's just going to be. I watched the trailer. I put the trailer up on Horror Writers Inc. and it is one of the most horrible, stupid, ridiculous looking things I've ever seen. So I can't wait to see it.
You're holding out. You didn't send it to us?
No, I posted on it. I thought us.
It was on horror. It's on HWI. Yeah.
I work. I don't get to go through and scroll all day.
Okay.
Well, you should.
I have to flip back and forth. I can't do it.
Well, one thing I've learned about Amityville is you get demons, you get zombies, you get werewolves, you get everything coming through there. Bigfoot. There's an Amityville Bigfoot movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. He was in the remake.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
I remember that. That was when Ryan Reynolds got hot. Y'all remember he was on the pizza movie or pizza show on ABC, and then he got hot. He got
Two
hot.
guys, a girl, and a pizza shop.
I used to love that show.
It was a good show.
Hadley's waiting for the Amityville remake with Alexander Skarsgård.
Hey, well, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, have you seen Red Notice yet?
God, that is funny. I was laughing my ass off last night.
Yeah, we saw that the night before last.
Yeah, it's a funny flick. It's a leave your brain at the door, of course, especially the end. When they find all that Nazi stuff, But
it's a fun buddy movie.
It is. They've got great chemistry, and it's open for a sequel. So it's the biggest opening for a Netflix movie they ever had. So
I heard that. It's definitely worth the watch.
Yeah. Well, have you seen 6 Underground with Ryan Reynolds?
Yep.
That's a fun one too.
It was actually pretty good. Yeah. 6 Underground.
6 Underground.
6 Underground. No.
6 Underground.
For about 6 months to a year, maybe. It's for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Opening 10 minutes of the movie. First 10 minutes are fantastic.
Well,
it's a good flick.
Has anybody seen that movie where he's in the video game?
Free Guy. Yeah.
Free Guy.
It's all right.
I couldn't get. We watched about half of it, and we turned to each other and we're like, "This is kind of meh."
Okay, I'll wait till it's 3.
Meh.
It was meh. He's right.
Okay.
I was disappointed, but it's on Plex, so give it a shot. You get a chance. You might like it. That's what everybody says. Yeah, but you might like it. But you might. Everybody else seems to love it.
Everybody else hates it, but you might like it.
My kids always say.
If you had said it's bad, that would have been one thing. But you said man, which that's a stopper right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you might like it. I mean, if you like Ryan Reynolds,
I'll wait till it's free. I'm taking this one.
Well, it's on Plex. It's on Plex right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Rich has a. But if you're a Ryan Reynolds fan, you may love it. It's got what's her name, Jodie Comer from that series where she's an assassin on the BBC. Oh, what's that? It's a great series. Have you seen it? Killing
Eve.
Killing Eve.
Yep.
Oh.
She's
I
the
have not
assassin.
watched it. I've seen
seen
one or
the
two
commercial,
episodes, and I've seen the hoopla about it.
It's a good series. First season's the best though, but you get a chance to watch it. It's really good.
Second, all right. I might give it
Second
a try.
half for you guys better. Waiting is. Oh yeah. That's got a bunch of good people in it. Waiting. I mean, a bunch of actors. Actors.
Steven gets a kick out of it because he works in the restaurant industry, so he knows how much of that is comedy and how much of that is true.
Yeah.
So, are we going to be live next Thursday?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
I think we might have to push that for the following week.
Because everybody is going to be getting over their turkey. They'll all fall asleep.
What do you want to? Do you guys want to pre-record a show for?
We could,
like on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have enough time to watch all the movies.
Well, maybe we can just watch 2 movies.
Yeah.
And
How about
just agree on those?
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone goes quiet.
I was having trouble with the Horror Writers Inc. page. I couldn't get to it, and I just got to it, and I wanted to post that for you guys. And that can I put that in the chat? I can, can't I? What happens if I do this?
Oh, it's in the chat.
I love science.
It's magic. It's magic.
You're
a witch, Rich. You're a witch. Which Rich?
Which
Bad Scott. Bad Scott.
Well, what are you going to do next Thursday?
What do I do now?
Landa can't eat poultry.
Oh
She's going to
Sorry,
become a
Landon.
vegetarian.
no, she'll just eat either. She'll go to Wendy's.
Go to
You
ham,
can,
go
you
ham.
can go to McDonald's. You're not eating meat.
Or
You
Arby's.
can go to Carl Jr. or Arby's.
Ham.
Ham.
Ham. Ham on it. Ham on it.
Well, I would like to do a shout out to our girl, Lauren Smith, our producer, that she just flew into New Orleans today, and she's going to Homa to do a Trunksgiving with the Cajun Navy where she works. And they had a truck full of ham and stuff that they were going to cook and give out to people for Thanksgiving that were still without power and stuff from the hurricane.
That's awesome.
Good, excellent.
Good on you.
Very cool.
Because she's pretty awesome.
That's very cool.
So,
And don't.
So
show
what
them
movies?
Poultrygeist.
no Poultrygeist.
No Poultrygeist.
Thanksgiving movies. Let me Google some Thanksgiving movies.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Holy smokes.
Top rated Thanksgiving movies. What do we got?
Do we want the top rated ones?
Friendsgiving, Little Women, The Turkey Bowl,
Little.
The Oath, Anne of Green Gables,
Oh,
No.
there we go.
No.
Little Women and Anne of Green Gables. There we go. That's a big one.
Jim
Yeah, I think-
Henson's Turkey Hollow.
I'm looking at that right now. Nothing says holidays like Jim Henson Puppet Spectacular. Or,
Oh
yeah,
my
Puppets.
gosh. Puppets.
Freebirds, Tower Heist.
Tower Heist is fun.
Tower Heist.
Yeah,
Little
with
Blockers, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yes.
Paul
Oh, was
Blart,
that the one with
Brian
Is that the one where they tried to steal the car from the top?
Yeah,
of
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
God, who's the actor in that? Stiller.
I'm trying.
Stiller is in it, isn't
Yeah,
he?
Ben Stiller, yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Planes,
got mail,
Trains, and
Ice Storm.
Automobiles.
Oh my God, that's a classic.
Day Trippers.
Well, we could do Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and something else that's iconic.
That, and I'll tell you, every member of my family says the scene when he shows up at the car rental is me when I get mad. And I do not deny it.
Thanksgiving is actually.
Oh, I don't know. I love the scene with the turkey dressed up as a human is talking with the human dressed up as a turkey. That was just
Wait, what's that movie with gosh, what's his name? Steve Zahn? Is that his name?
There
Where
is a
he-
Steve Zahn?
Is that his name? What is
There's
his
definitely
name?
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn is
Yeah,
a
Steve
guy.
Zahn.
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Did I lose
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sound?
Nope, we got you.
Oh, hold
No.
on. I think I've lost my sound.
No, we
No.
got you. We hear
We-
Can
you.
you hear me now?
we can
We hear you. We heard you. Steve Zahn. Steve Zahn.
Okay,
Steve
Steve Zahn, and he's like hunting Bigfoot.
Oh,
Steve Zahn.
Wildlife. Is that Wildlife or something like that?
Yeah,
Or
wildlife. It's got the turkey scene. Let's watch that.
Wildlife. Steve. I love Steve Zahn.
Oh, but you know what we have to do? We have to watch the WKRP iconic
What?
episode.
I'll wear my T-shirt, my WKRP T-shirt.
You don't remember the WKRP turkey
Oh, my God.
episode?
No, I
Scott
never saw it.
Baker?
No.
Oh my God.
As God is my witness, I swear, I thought turkeys
I thought
could
turkeys
fly.
could fly.
I don't remember this. This
You don't
is my
remember?
superhero power, and it's bugging me right now.
Do you remember WKRP?
Oh my God, yeah.
Remember where they had that on Thanksgiving, that promotion, they threw turkeys. They were going to throw turkeys down the crowd out of a helicopter.
I
And-
don't.
And Les Nessman, not Les Nessman, but the
Hey,
how
Mr.
or whatever,
Carlson
and the
the
sleazy
asshole
guy. Yeah. They got live turkeys and he threw them out of the helicopter. And you see these turkeys you hear these turkeys just going splat, splat, splat. And Les Nessman's doing a broadcast like the Hindenburg. It's great.
Cecil. I got it. It's Strange Wilderness, is what it's called, Cecil.
Strange wilderness. That's it. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay,
I
my
don't
vote's for
remember that.
Strange Wilderness because it makes me laugh.
All right, well then let's do it. Strange Wilderness. And what was the other one? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Do you want to do that one or do you want to do something we haven't all seen? I mean, it'd be easy.
We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
How about Thanksgiving? How about Strange Wilderness and Thanksgiving?
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down.
Scott's
Yeah.
working up there.
And the WKRP in Cincinnati episode. That's
Okay. Yeah, you can find that probably YouTube or one of the streamers.
Oh, if we record it, I wonder if I can play it.
Oh, play it. You should play the monologue.
Yeah.
He's doing when they're dying. Love that. That show's classic.
Yeah, damn it.
Okay. So we'll pre-record and show it.
Want to do it Tuesday?
Excuse me.
I might be able to do it Tuesday. I don't know if I can do 2 hours though.
How about just can you do 90 minutes?
Well,
Maybe
can't we do maybe
Oh, we
just
do
1
an
hour?
hour. Let's do an hour.
Yeah, we can
We'll
do
do
an
an
hour. We're only doing
Yeah.
two
Shows.
movies.
I can
1
squeeze an
hour.
hour in on Tuesday.
Okay,
Alright.
cool.
Can you guys do it at 8 Eastern?
What time would that be here? Come on. Come on. You're the science
2
guy.
hours before 8 Eastern.
Okay.
So 6.
It was 1
no,
hour
5.
earlier than we normally do.
Yeah, I could do 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you usually show up at 6 your time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's do that. This is special
Okay.
to everybody.
On the 23rd, right?
Yes. That sounds good.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Especially if you can record that.
Yeah.
monologue. That'd be
Well,
awesome.
I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Your
All right.
technological prowess is far superior to mine.
Well,
Leave
that's
that
not
with you.
saying much now, is it?
Hey, I just figured out how to
Oh,
plug
it
these
isn't really.
headphones in.
I spent a year looking for the any key on the computer.
Nice. I don't own a cell phone.
Oh, well, there
Yeah.
you go. I thought Joe Hansen was a Luddite. You got a beat.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Well, let everybody know where they can find you, what you're doing, and what they can expect in the next couple of weeks. And
Alphabetical.
it goes silent.
I'll start.
Alphabetical.
Scott Baker's Demon Hunters on Facebook. If I'm not banned, if the group is not sent off to Facebook gulag,
You're
Best
such a
place-
bad boy.
best place to find me. Keep an eye out around Thanksgiving on Twitter and Facebook. I'm going to have a special Thanksgiving treat for everyone. And December 10th, my science fiction time travel, Operation Majestic, is set for release.
Cool.
I have to read Operation Majestic. Maybe 120 pages in, and I haven't been able to get to it. So I apologize for that. So I'll get to that this week, hopefully this weekend,
Okay.
and I'll get back to you on that. Same as always for me. You can find me on Horror Writers Inc. or my personal Facebook page. I got some anthologies coming out. Just had two released in the past couple months, and my fourth and the crossover of the two series it's coming back to me from the beta readers, and I should have that out hopefully before the end of the year.
I'm still reading it, Rich. I'm still reading it.
Take your time.
Good. Thank you.
You can read Rich's, but not mine.
I heard you. No,
So many words.
Rich sent his to me 6 months ago. No, but he sent it to me a while, and I've just can't have time to read.
Busy. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I hear you.
All right.
It sucks. I'm going to buy yours and read yours, Scott. I'm taking his free. No, but really, I just don't have time.
I know.
You
No,
know,
nobody does.
joking.
It's so hard.
You know how to. You guys, all three of you know how to.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And I've got the most time of all of you, probably. I'm right. I'm just busy working on a couple books. I've got nothing coming out this summer, probably, hopefully. I have stuff coming out. You find me at Horror Writers Inc., Facebook, Alan Gamboa. I'm always there, always willing to throw a meme out or talk. I'm not in jail.
Scott, I'm going to read yours over the Thanksgiving break because I don't have to work.
Okay.
But I do. I mean, it's on my book list to read.
Thank you.
But yeah, I don't have much going on. I'm still working on my Vela. I found a copy of it, so I'm getting
Cool.
it proofread to get the backstory back up. And
Good.
I have my second Audible coming out, hopefully by the end of the year. We're working on that.
Awesome.
And anthologies and weird realities and all the good stuff at Horror Writers Inc. And hopefully we'll be having another panel with the great authors over there pretty soon. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. And that's going to do it for us. So we will be here next week. We won't be live, but we will definitely be thinking of you on our Thanksgiving holiday. And until then, you can find us at the Weird Realities podcast on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, all the places, YouTube, and of course the Weird Realities website, which is a work in progress. And you can find us on our Weird Realities Facebook group if you want to continue conversations with us or get to know us just a little bit better. We're all there all the time. And that's going to do it for us. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Good night.
And until next time, y'all, stay weird.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Stay weird.